Yeah, yeah. I am a menace. Keep me arranged like tennis. I'm with this shit like I'm Dennis. I started this shit, I'ma finish. Niggas be hating, trying to blemish my image. Who want the smoke? 2 to 3 came with the scope. Extended clip, long as a rope.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ravan from Balance Manifestation. Today I want to talk to you guys about what to do if you ever have the feeling of not feeling enough. What do you do if you feel like you're lost in life? Maybe you don't have anything special going on in your life and you just don't feel enough. You don't feel enough emotionally and you don't feel enough even materialistically. Now there is some people who feel enough materialistically, like they have lots of stuff in this world. They have nice cars, nice houses, lots of money, lots of fun, fancy things to show, but they don't feel enough within spiritually. So where does this lack come from? This lack comes from your inner beliefs, right? You don't feel enough because whatever you may have or don't have right now, it's just not enough to the point where you feel like you are happy with where you are right now, right? And where does this problem come from? This problem comes with the lack of the connection with your own self, right? There is people who, believe it or not, don't have that strong sense of self-connection with themselves. They have a good connection to the world, they have a good connection to their work, they have a good connection to the materialistic things, they have a good connection to the ideas, but they don't have a good connection with themselves. So the number one thing you gotta do is, if you don't find yourself feeling enough, feeling yourself feel complete within your own body, is figure out ways how you can actually become complete with yourself. Now, how would you be going about doing that, right? Well, first you gotta ask yourself, what is it that is missing from your life? And when you're finding that, you're gonna find the solution within the question. Because if your question to yourself is, what am I missing from life? And then you're like, oh, maybe I'm not happy, and that is what's missing from my life. So now you gotta break down, what is it that's holding you back from being happy, right? So now first thing that might come to your head is like, oh, I don't have these things. And if I had these things, that would make me feel really happy. Now that's a good way to look at it, but you also gotta really see if in the past you've repeated the pattern and has it really helped you, right? So right now I don't have a car, right? And in my head, I would think that me having a car is pretty cool. I'm not gonna say having a car is not cool. It's funny because we're walking by an auto shop right now where all these fancy cars are. And when I look at them, I'm like, wow, man, I want a cool car, right? And having a cool car is awesome. But do I feel like if I had a car, I would feel amazing? Would that make me feel happy? Would that give me the abundance of happiness within my heart? No, it wouldn't, because that's not what true happiness really within your heart really is, right? So having a cool car is okay, but that's not what true happiness at the end of the day truly starts with. Your true happiness comes from your inner heart. So first, if you want to feel happy, you gotta actually find out what makes people happy. What are the things that make people happy? When you have this cool aesthetic effect, when your face is half dark and half light and your YouTube video looks really nice, and the fact that you put in a lot of effort in your YouTube videos every single day, maybe that's what makes you happy. So you gotta find out what makes you happy and what makes you want to be you and do you for what you are, right? So you gotta find that. Now maybe you're pretty cool spiritually, you're feeling happy with yourself, you feel like you have an abundance mindset and you have lots of love for yourself, but you know deep down, even though you love yourself, your situation doesn't look that good. You don't have lots of money in your life right now, and you don't have any materialistic things that you definitely need. Like if you still live with your mom, that's gonna make you feel a little incomplete, because you're like, shit man, I love myself, I'm happy, I have lots of friends, I have a good relationship with people and a good relationship with myself, I take care of myself, and I'm still living under my mom's basement. And that's gonna make you feel really tough. So what are you gonna have to do in that situation? Well, then again, you gotta find yourself and you gotta find out the situation you're in right now and break it down. So if you're stuck, you gotta make sure you find out ways to get out of that. How are you gonna do that? Well, look at your problems, right? If you don't have a fucking job, that's what you gotta go do. Even if that's something that's out of your comfort zone, you gotta push. You gotta push yourself out there and go do what you gotta do. So go get that job. Go get a raise if you have to. Go start looking for places, right? Go fill up those things that you actually have to fill up. There's no ways about it. Some people are too caught up in the aspect of making excuses, making shitty, dumbass excuses at home, saying, oh, I can't do it because it's this, it's that. it's not my fault, right? But at the end of the day, your life is your fault. You have to accept your life for what it is. No one's gonna give you anything. No one owes you anything. Only you owe it to yourself. You owe yourself the best version of your life. So if you have a shitty life, and maybe you were born that way, maybe you were born into a shitty life, maybe you were born with shitty mindset where you were given things that wasn't to your advantage. That's true. But only you can change it and actually go out there and achieve what you need to achieve, what you want to achieve, what's there for you. So do not get caught up in that aspect of, oh, I do not have enough, because that's true. A lot of people don't have enough, but a lot of people don't let that hold them back, and not should you either. So go figure out a way. So if you have complete trust and happiness within your own self and in your heart, then that's fine. But if you have materialistic things that in this world that you need to succeed in life and you don't have it, then you gotta go start working for it. Remember, every problem you have in this world, it's very simple to break it down. Just reverse engineer what exact steps you have to do. If you want to open a business, don't just say, fuck, I don't know how to open a business, right? Break down every single step. If you have to write it down on paper, write it down on paper. Write down every single step from A to Z to 1 to 1,000,000. Write down every single steps and then take one step at a fucking time. And then level yourself up. And the more you level up from where you are today to tomorrow, you will feel better. A lot of people also get stuck in the now, right? What happens is because something they tried before helps them elevate a little bit, now sometimes they don't want to let it go. What's a great example of that? People who have low confidence when they are socializing with people, right? So if I told them, hey man, you definitely have issues letting yourself out. So now when you go talk to people, I want you to go all in. I want you to give your all energy, let out everything, and just don't hold yourself back, right? Now, is that a level up from where he was in the beginning? For sure it was, because he needs to level up from that beginner level to actually understand social dynamics. So he needs to level up a little bit. So he needs to let yourself out there, right? But then he likes that little bit of dopamine rush that he gets. He's like, oh shit, people are liking me for this version of me, so I'm just not gonna change. Because if I change, people are gonna stop liking me like the way I was before. But the thing is, sometimes what brought you here isn't enough. What brought you here is what you gotta use as leverage to move on to the next level. And that's where everywhere you're going, you gotta get a little, the more you start, the more balance you're gonna invest in your life. You can start off with low, like you can start off with extremes, right? You can always start off with extreme, but as you're going on, as you're moving up, that's when you start putting in more balance into your life. The more you're going up, the more balance needs to be there. You can start off with anything extreme. So even if you're learning how to talk, so you go somewhere, you go all out, you talk too much, you talk all in, all you do is talk, you don't let the other person talk, you go all energized, right? Then you slowly start putting more balance in. Then you start saying, oh shit, you know what, maybe I talk a little too much, maybe let them talk a little bit, right? Then you get a little bit of grasp of energy to that. Then maybe you're just like, oh wait, oh I know how to talk and I know how to make them talk, but it's not enough, it's not entertaining enough. So maybe I need to get these guys entertained. So how do I do that? Maybe I can start with me being entertaining first. Now you know how to be entertaining. Now again, add the balance. You're like, okay, now I know how to be entertaining. How do I make it so they feel involved in the entertainment and they can entertain me and we can both go back and forth? So if you're talking to your boys, you're having a fun time, both vibing with each other. If you're talking to a girl, maybe you're both flirting with each other and that's vibing with each other. Maybe you're not really interested in this girl, so you're still talking to her and you're vibing with her. Maybe you're talking to a coworker or your boss, and you obviously are not going to be as dorky with your friends as you're going to be with their boss, but you still have that connection where there is that way where you can vibe with each other. Whatever it is, you gotta learn how to balance, right? Again, I kind of went off topic here, but the topic was how to feel enough. So just understand, no matter what it is that is in your heart or it's lacking in this world, it's all achievable. And the great thing about self-development is not just achieving the spiritual. The spiritual is just you being happy with yourself. But that's not enough. You need to be abundant. That's the great thing about being an alpha male. That's the best thing about becoming the best version of you to reap the best things out of life. if you're the best version of yourself, you're gonna get the best things of everything that the world has to provide. But if you're the shitty version of yourself, you're gonna get the shittiest things that the world has to provide. So no wonder you're gonna have all this stress. No wonder you have all these issues, because you're not the best version of yourself. So you must become the best version of yourself. So how do you become the best version of yourself? You become abundant. You make yourself abundant by having the type of car you want to drive. Maybe you're gonna have a nice Mercedes like this guy's over here. You're gonna have that. Or maybe you're gonna have a nice house. You're gonna have lots of money. Now that's your materialistic abundance. That's one thing. What's your second thing you gotta get? You gotta get your body in shape, right? You gotta make sure you hit the gym, you get fit, and you feel healthy. So that means also eating good. So that's your making sure your body is abundant. So now you get your body abundant. You get your world, materialistic world abundant. You also have to get your spiritual world abundant by making sure you have all sorts of good and positive vibrational energy knowledge in your head. What does that mean? That means taking cold showers, taking fucking meditation every day, meditating seriously, and meditating, cold showers, and rising up early in the morning. Don't wake up early. Don't wake up like at fucking 1 o'clock, lazy in the bed, roaming around, not giving a jack shit. No, wake up early in the fucking morning. So you gotta do those things. What else? So now you have all those, you have those 3 things in abundance. Then you gotta have your relationships in abundance. So that's the 4th thing you gotta make sure you have in your life. If you don't have relationships with people, because as a human beings, we're all social creatures, right? If we're not communicating, our inner drive isn't enough for us to feel good. So make sure you're communicating with people, having meaningful relationships with people. Do not have fake relationships. Again, like I said, abundance. If you have an abundance of fake relationship with people, no wonder you don't feel enough, because you know deep down you're like, fuck, I don't really like this guy, but he's the only friend I have, so just gonna deal with it. No, that shouldn't be you. Do not settle for less. Always strive for the best. Do not settle for less. I do not want you to settle for less. So what would you do? Make meaningful relationships with the friends that you have. Find people that share same values as you. If you really like a sport, do not hang out with gamers who fucking stay home, play video games all day, and do not take their athletic sport life seriously. Make sure you're hanging with those people. So whatever it is, understand what the energy is that you need. So there is all these things that you need to feel more abundant. The more abundant you feel in life, the less you'll feel like I don't feel enough. The more you feel achieved in life, the more you're gonna get there. I am slowly working myself in my journey too in this world, and like I say all the time, I'm only recording this early on in my age, even before I get there, is because when I do get there, I want to be able to tell you guys, look, when I was here, when I haven't achieved almost everything in my life, I was still giving it my all, and I had these positive mindsets which helped me build myself up. So I want you guys to understand that this is the mindset you're gonna have to carry no matter where you are. Look at me, boy, I'm a skinny motherfucker. I do not have my own place yet and do not have the body, but what I am abundant is in 2 things, I can assure you, because I know myself more than anybody in this entire world. And the 2 things I'm really good at is I have great abundant relationships with almost everybody that not almost everybody. When I mean everybody I care about, I have abundant relationships with. People I do not care about, people who are not that important to me, that's where I'm almost good with everybody. Like 95% of the people that I don't even have great relationships with, I still have a really positive interactions with them all the time. So there's an abundance of me with relationships, and I have an abundance of a good mindset that I use to take action with. I do not have a shitty mindset that's like, oh, I'm a victim, I'm a crybaby, it's gonna hold me back in my life, like all that jack dumb shit. Like, I don't have a shitty mindset like that, and you're gonna watch in a couple years, it's gonna change, because there is a lot of people who fall in this journey of spirituality and, you know, being abundant and all that shit. But you know what the funny thing is? They come to this lifestyle, yet you see them, they're broke, they're fat, they live in their mom's basement, and that's tough. That's tough. Now, I do look like one of those guys. I assure you I do look like one of those guys. But why do I know I'm going to be different? Because I'm making sure I'm going to be different. And you're going to see the progress. So when the progress comes, enjoy it for yourself. Because I assure you I'm going to enjoy myself too. That's going to be one of the amazing things that's going to happen. So I hope that helps you understand what you need to feel more enough with yourself in life. So, I don't know. I think I nailed it in the hammer. Alright. So I think I nailed it in the hammered it in the nail very well. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop me a fucking subscribe, because amazing content like this doesn't come from any other channel. Like this video, comment down below if you want me to clear up anything in this video that you found a little hard to understand. Share this video with like-minded people, and with that being said, I will see you in the next one.